Hello, everyone. Today we are going to be talking about how to apply for the progress payment pathway option in our application process. To get started, we'll go to calsoma.org and just navigate to the upper right-hand corner where it says apply/login. As always, you'll just click one of these options. I will go with returning users, and I'm going to be working in San Diego Gas and Electric. So I'll click login, and you can see that it'll prompt me to this login page. So you just log in, and then you will see this page, which is your landing page. So you can start with a new application, or you can continue an existing one. I am going to continue an existing one. As you can see, we left off at proof of project milestone approved. And after this, you can either continue with the progress payment pathway, which is optional, or the incentive claim package. If you scroll down, you can see that there's two options. Today, we're going to talk about the progress payment pathway, but in the next video, we are going to talk about the incentive claim package. So if you would like to participate in the progress payment pathway, there are a couple of eligibility requirements that you have to meet, but I will discuss them right now. So if you go to our website under Program Resources and Application Process and Documents, just scroll down to the Progress Payment Pathway section here, and then click the little plus sign, and it will talk about the eligibility requirements here. So if you click the plus sign, you have to have your proof of project milestone approved, which we did, and then you have to be more than 2 months away from an incentive claim milestone deadline. So if my incentive claim was due in like a week, I cannot submit a progress payment pathway. It will not let me because that is too close to the incentive claim deadline. And then finally, if your request has been approved, then you will just complete a virtual walkthrough to confirm the system location and that the installation is mechanically complete. So here, if you want to keep looking through our website, it does talk about what the progress payment pathway is. It's basically just another option to get paid a little early for 60% of the total approved incentive amount. And a lot of times we know that contractors might face a lot of capital constraints with carrying the cost of a project until completion. It is pretty expensive, so we're hoping that this option will help reduce any barriers to participation for those facing those capital constraints. And then here you can see there's a couple documents to submit. We will talk about those in a little bit. And then here there is a video talking about how to navigate the progress payment pathway. So back to the form, it will likely take you here to tab 5 because all this other information has been filled in. But I'm just going to go through them really quick. So on the page 1, if you are not eligible, it should tell you in red text here that you are not eligible. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to someone from the SOMAH PA and we will help explain why. But if you are eligible, no worries, this will be blank and you can just move forward. So here, it's just the host customer information. Likely nothing has changed, but I would review the next couple tabs just to double check everything is correct, but it is what you entered in the previous milestones. And then here for virtual walkthrough host information, you do have to fill this out. Like I said, all progress payment requests are required to have a virtual walkthrough. And you have to fill out this section so that someone from our team can reach out and know who to schedule the virtual walkthrough with. So the virtual walkthrough host is a person who someone from our team will contact to schedule and conduct a virtual walkthrough with. And this person should have access to the site and be knowledgeable about system installation because they're the ones that are going to lead our inspector through all the PV system components. And then here's system information and incentive calculation. A lot of this has already been pre-filled with previous information that you've entered into the other milestones, but please just review. And if anything has changed, just update it here. Otherwise, you can continue on. Please note that if you update your PV system, you will have to recalculate your PV system specs and also recalculate your incentive. And then at the bottom, if you would like to know how much your progress payment amount is, it will show you here. Basically, this value, so $88,566.60, is 60% of whatever your approved incentive amount was at reservation request, so $147,611. And then here for payee information, please just enter in the information of the person we should make the check or electronic payment out to. I will just choose host customer, and then here you will see this help text that says, please note that the payee selected above for the progress payment will also be the payee for the final incentive payment as well. So with this information, it'll ask you who the payment should be made out to, either the contact name or the company name, and then the method of payment, check or electronic payment. If you choose check, then nothing else will come up here, but if you choose electronic payment, you will have to provide us with your bank account number and your routing number. And then your bank name and your bank account type, so checking or savings. And then here, tenant education. So this is a SOMA program requirement. It is required in both the incentive claim package and the progress payment package. It is supposed to be completed 60 days or less prior to construction. So if you're submitting your progress payment, you are telling us that your project is mechanically complete. So tenant education should be done already since construction has already started. So you will choose your construction start date. I'll just say this date, and then how you provided the SOMA approved education materials to all tenants. So those materials are here under tenants at our website, and then the tenant education toolkit. So here you'll find a bunch of information, and this step is mainly to ensure that the property owner and whoever is installing the PV system does let all the tenants of the building know what is going on and how this will help the tenants and what to expect with SOMA, how the utility bill will change, and provide any additional materials that might help them save some money. So you can see there's a link here to the tenant education requirements in our handbook. And then there's also additional flyers if you'd like more information, and then some presentations and videos. And then if you need help fulfilling this requirement, please fill out our tenant services intake form here, right here, or you can contact tenants@calsoma.org and someone from our team will reach out to you and either assist you with meeting the requirements, or we can even help host a workshop for you. So back to the form, you will just choose which method you provided the SOMA approved education materials to all the tenants with. So I'll just choose direct delivery, and then choose your delivery date. And then choose at least one or more of the following. So not only do you have to directly deliver the materials or mail them, but you also have to either email them, do an in-person meeting or workshop, or a different method, which you have to explain here. Regardless of which one you choose, you'll also have to provide the date for that. I'll just do the same date. And then you'll just have to let us know who completed the tenant education on this project. So was it the contractor, host customer, property owner, or someone else? If it was someone else, please let us know who, but I'm just going to go with contractor. And then here for the last or almost last section of the progress payment form, you will be prompted to enter in any information about job training. So job training is required for the SOMA application process, and it will be collected during the incentive claim milestone. But if you have not yet completed it, but your system's already installed, they can be hired for post-installation roles as well. If you have completed it and they did installation roles, you can fill in the information here, but it is not entirely necessary for you to fill it out here if you would like to fill it out at incentive claim. If you are ready, click yes, and then the following fields regarding the job training information will pop up. If you're not ready, you'll just have to let us know how you plan to recruit these eligible job trainees and what tasks that they will likely complete. And then here for acknowledgement and documentation, you will see that you have two required forms that need to be uploaded, and they're both able to be generated in PowerClerk, so less work. You don't even have to fill it out. So I'll just click generate, and then it should pre-fill in all the information for me in that form. So all you have to do is sign and date both of them. So I'll start with the affidavit. So I just clicked generate document. As you can see, it generated this affidavit, had all the information that I put in the application regarding the start date of construction, what dates my tenant education took place, which methods I used. And it also does have a disclaimer that the host customer must provide these education materials to all tenants 60 days or fewer prior to the start of construction. So if I started September 13th and I gave out these materials on August 9th, then that was 60 days or fewer prior to the start of construction. And then the host customer will just have to sign and verify that this looks good and that it's accurate. And then you'll just upload that into this slot. And then for the progress payment request form, same idea. It is here, and PowerClerk has generated this document and pulled all the information from your application into this form, so you don't have to fill it out. So all of it's here. It has your summary of arrays, your incentive amount, and pay information. And then the host customer and system owner will just have to sign and date here. And then you'll upload both of those into these two slots here. And then as you can see, it also prompts you, which is not required, but if you would like to provide as-built drawings or any other supporting documents for the required virtual walkthrough, you can. It is really helpful for our inspector when it comes to actually going through with the virtual walkthrough, because it helps them lay out the site and they can see what PV modules are going to go where the inverters are, and all of that. So it would be really helpful to upload these. Sometimes the inspector will ask you for them when scheduling anyways, so it would be nice to throw those in. And if you have anything else that you think might help them, feel free to upload them here. And then finally, please just enter in the current date, so the date you're submitting this here. Today is the 26th, so I will put that, and then just click submit. And then as you can see here, the progress payment pathway has been submitted. It'll give you the time and the date stamp. And from here, someone from the SOMAH PA will review the application and the progress payment request. And if everything looks good, then we will move forward with scheduling the virtual walkthrough. If there's any edits that need to be made, we will reach out and let you know what those edits are. And once everything looks good, then we will schedule the virtual walkthrough. And once the virtual walkthrough is complete, we'll go into PowerClerk and compare what you entered in PowerClerk with what the inspector saw during the virtual walkthrough. And if any edits are needed to be made, then we will make those edits. And if not, we'll just move forward. And then it'll go into the IOU's queue for approval. Once they approve, then our team will work on processing the payment for you.